Hi BookTube, it's Amy. I had a book come in the mail today, and I think this week I'm going to start with my reading of The Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire by Edward Gibbon. So I'm going to flip this camera around and show you the copy that I got. So this is the 1980s Folio Society edition. And so here we have the spine. It's a little bit roughed up, but I don't mind. I'm just getting this to read. So volume 1 is called The Turn of the Tide. The full title of the work is, of course, The History of the Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. But in some ways it's just easier to say Decline and Fall or Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. It's this kind of brownish red maroon cloth. Not a bad looking edition. We've got a map in the front here. There is our title page for volume 1, edited and with an introduction by Betty Radis. Nice frontispiece here of Edward Gibbon in 1764. And so this is, I believe, a 7-volume set. I think it's 7 volumes in total. The plan is to get all the volumes in this edition. This is the earlier of the 2 Folio Society editions of this work. There's a more recent one that I think was done in the 90s or the early 2000s that's bound in white cloth. So this volume is 1983. And I don't think they published the entire set at once. I think they published, one volume after the other over the course of several years. But I like the paper. I like the font in here. I think this is going to be easy and accessible to read. And there are footnotes at the bottom of the pages. And let's turn to the back. That is what I wanted. I wanted the footnotes on the pages themselves and not all thrown into the back as endnotes. So I think this is going to be the perfect edition for me. If you haven't seen one of my previous videos where I talked about books on my TBR that I wanted to read, I did try to read The Decline and Fall in the past, but I got one of those big omnibus paperbacks. I think it was, Oxford World Classics or a Penguin or something. But whatever it was just this gigantic paperback with small prints, and it was just not an enjoyable way to try to read it. And so I ended up abandoning it. And that was several years ago, but I've heard good things, and so I am re-embarking on this journey with Gibbon once again with the Folio Society edition from the 1980s.